Russell doing? Russell just shot a deer. I'm pretty sure. Day after day of sitting here doing nothing. And right across the pond, not far from the salt block. So we'll do a little bit more filming when we get out over there. Right now I gotta see if this boat still floats. Does your boat float, Russell? I assume so. These aluminum boats are, you know, pretty good. So he's somewhere over there in that direction. Okay, let's get this boat in the water. Oh, what the heck? Oh, frozen. Oh, the thing's in it. Okay. Good. Fortunately, I took my strap off my rifle and I couldn't find it. I guess I didn't expect to carry it anywhere. Sorry, I gotta put my back to you. Why am I wearing a hat like this? Take on my toque, my orange toque. You gotta wear a hat. Orange hat. Oh, the doctor's not sure about it. It's tiring because I have to reach out so far. again. I found him. I was getting really worried because no blood means you missed, man. But here he is. And it looks like the big boy that I saw the other night on the trail cam. Oh, look at that. 8-pointer. 8-pointer. This is by far the biggest deer I've ever gotten. Wow. He does. He's got these little ones. That just makes it... Oh, my hat. That just makes it official. 8-pointer. And he's big. Boy, is he big. I'm going to have a fun time dragging him over to the boat, I'll tell you what. Well, I'm going to do the deed here. It's going to be... Oh, I promised to drag him over there to do the deed. Because I'm live streaming this right now. That's a big boy. He's going to be fun to drag. Alright, we'll check back. One more note before I start dragging him. That's where I got him right there. A little forward of where I like. But given how quickly he went down, that was probably a heart shot anyway. Which is what you want, right? You want him to go down fast. You don't suffer long. He was down within seconds. Yeah. I was going to put him in the back of the boat, but he's so big. I'm going to put him wherever he fits. I guess I could have taken him down there, but I know you can't see that. But I'm not taking any chances. I mean, if he ends up in the water, I could get him out, but it'd just be a pain. Okay. Now what, Russell? You got this. You got this guy. Oh, son of a gun. He's heavy. Anyways, maybe in the boat. Maybe in the boat. Pull him in. when I get to the other side, that part's easy. I just gotta use the ATV. Pull the boat right out of the water, pull the deer out of the boat. Done. Alright, we're in. That's enough. Oh, I'm definitely going into AFib tonight. Leave everything? Oh, yeah. Yeah, we won't forget that. Oh, okay. Of course. Ouch. Ow. This is why you want good boots. Good waterproof boots. Okay. Fortunately, these boots aren't waterproof. Oh, I'm going down. I'm going down. Okay. New plan. Yep, my feet are getting wet. Oh. See if I can do this now. I'm soaked. So, after a bit of triage is probably not the right word, maybe CSI. After a little bit of CSI, I discovered that I hit a little bit of the heart and a lot of the lungs. Which, if you're going to miss the heart, the lungs is what you want to hit. That puts them down pretty fast too, but I got the top part of the heart where all the calories go into it. So, as I said earlier, he was done in seconds. Snow is a mixed blessing. On one hand, it's just a pain to do anything because I'm getting covered in snow. But on the other hand, it sure makes dragging the deer easier. Boy, it's just like we're on a slide. I'm trying to take him out this way, I guess. Oh, he really made a mess of the boat. Snow is a mixed blessing. On one hand, it's just a pain to do anything because I'm getting covered in snow. But on the other hand, it sure makes dragging the deer easier. Boy, it's just like we're on a slide. I'm trying to take him out this way, I guess. Made a mess of the boat. Bloody hell. Bit foggy. I slid twice trying to pick up that end of the boat. Okay. Hold on up there. Snow all over my GoPro. Bit foggy, yeah, bit foggy. figure out how to hook this up a little better. Right now it's going to stay attached to the ATV. It involves putting another rope on it and putting it to a tree. I'm just going to leave it like this for now. Dogs are going batshit crazy. I've gone into the cabin several times and they know something's up. They know there's something going on out here. So I'm going to let them out now. I didn't want them in the way while I was doing all this stuff. But, what I'll probably do though is come back out a little bit with the knife and get the back strap out of it. The tentacle. Right now, I am soaking wet and I'm freezing cold, and all of my clothes smell like deer. Because I got blood all over me. I smell really bad. I assume. I actually can't smell it. I can smell it a little bit. Yeah, I'm just gonna take everything in. Might have to lower to get a bit to get the back strap. That's a big deer, boy. Yeah. What did it say? Are real fogged up again? Yeah. Oh, Willow hasn't seen it yet. Look up, Willow. Look up, Willow. Jesus. I don't think Junebug's seen it either. You haven't seen it. It's right. Look, right here. It's. Oh, God, do I gotta point it out? Here, Junebug, right here. Willow. Willow. Come here. Right here. Right here. Up here. Oh, she can't see my finger. Up here. Willow. 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 Up here. Oh, she can't. She can't see where I'm pointing, and she doesn't understand what I'm snapping my fingers at. Oh. You found it finally. You found it. Just took a minute. Exciting. Alright, I'm really going in this time. I'm done. the day after. It's gonna be cloudy all day, which is not good for solar. But I still cleared the panels off because we'll get. I don't know. We're probably getting a. We're probably. You know what? Let me just check. So yeah, just over 100 watts, which is not great, but it's something. Junebug. Every time I let the dogs outside, Junebug goes straight for the deer. And she's there right now. She's sniffing the snow. She's sniffing the... Are they hoofs on a deer? Paws? I don't know. Last night for dinner I had celebratory nachos, which were awesome. Way better than the consolation nachos that I usually have. Yeah. Right now I'm gonna have, I found a little bit of, oh, there we go. Yeah, a little bit of smoked salmon in the freezer. I don't think I have any bagels, but toast will do, I guess. I don't know. Try that. I'm also cleaning up. I'm sitting here doing nothing for a week, so I'm loading up the dishwasher. Is your bowl in there? I'll do that in a bit. It doesn't have to run right now. I'll probably have to run the generator a little bit. Yeah, dishwasher takes a little bit of power. Not a crazy amount, but it does take some power. Oh, I forgot to... Al gave me some measurements. Like if you measure... Like I don't have anything to weigh the deer. A lot of guys have, I guess, those pull things. It's similar to, I guess, when you're weighing a fish, right? You put the fish on it and it shows you the weight. I don't have one of those, but Al gave me some measurements on how, if you measure around the chest cavity under the arms, the forearms, the four legs. That sounds weird. You can get an idea on how heavy it is. So I'll do that in a bit. I gotta go out. I was looking up online how people hang their deer, and surprised to find that most people hang them head down. I've always been taught to hang them head up so that if there's any pee or poop still in the deer, it goes down and doesn't run through the deer, right? But what do I know? It has something to do with how the blood moves in the body after it's dead. So I'm gonna flip it around. I'm gonna figure out how to get it up there without having the ATV sitting there with the winch on it. And I know how to do it. I think I need another pulley. And, yep. But once I get it on the ground, I can fix all that. Yeah, okay. I'm going to have some smoked salmon. And I'm going to make some coffee. It turns out I don't have any bread either. At least not in the fridge. So I've got some hamburger buns. I'm going to have it on a hamburger bun. I did some calculations last night. Official distance from the deck to the deer that I shot, 150 meters. It's by far the longest shot I've made on a deer. And I gotta say, it's gonna sound like bragging, but I gotta say it, I got the magic touch when it comes to shooting deer. I've never needed more than one shot. The deer I shoot always go down within seconds. And that was a pretty good shot. Pretty good shot at 150 meters, and it was trotting, right? When it decided it needed to get out of there, it was trotting away. And when I yelled out, "Hup!" and for like a couple of seconds nothing happened, it was still trotting. And I guess sound travels, right? What is it, 150 feet per second? So, right? So it would take a couple of seconds, and that's when it stopped and turned and looked. And I had just that brief moment to take the shot. And I know it sounds like bragging, but I got the magic touch. I never even chambered a new round in the gun. I never do. Anyway, I'm going to eat this and then go outside and do some stuff. I put all my outdoor plans on hold today because I am sore AF. Hold on a second. The fridge says, "Oh, you're gonna talk now? Yeah, let's make noise." Yeah, I am super sore today. Just about everything is super sore. And I got off. I was up on the ladder taking the snow off the roof, and my lower back just decided to say, "F you, I'm on fire." So I put all the outdoor stuff on hold. In the meantime, I've decided to clean my gun. It's sure looking its age. It's got rust on the barrel and stuff, but and I can't find the right size of brush that goes in here. So this is from something else, and it doesn't screw onto my thing. But I can push it through still. Anyway, I did some calculations. I went out with a measuring tape, and I measured the chest of the animal, of the doe, or the buck, and you measure it just behind the front legs, and it came up to 45 inches. Now it would have been better to measure it before I field dressed it, right? Because I had to cut into that area. But anyway, calculations on the internet are pretty specific for chest size in relation to weight of deer. So 45 inches gives me a live weight of 285 to 295 pounds. And at least 215 pounds after field dressing. And you can and then you can expect, I forget what it was, 50 to 60% meat from that, which I got 125 pounds. So 125 pounds of just meat, no bone or anything like that. So I think that's pretty good. Especially when you look at what you spend on meat these days. Oh, that's... Anyway, this old gun, I've dropped it, like, on a gravel road. Not on purpose, obviously. I had it on a strap, and I went to pull it out of the loop, and the strap came off, and the gun just went boom, 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 boom. Never had a problem shooting this guy. Like, he's just been perfect. But showing its age, and I'd love to get another new fancy gun. But the reality is, I just can't afford it. Is that going to go through? It's not. Okay, just push this through. Wow, even that's too much. I'll figure this out. I've got smaller brushes. Maybe that'll work. Yeah, a smaller brush. Look how dirty it was in there, right? How does it get that dirty? I don't know. I'm going to keep pushing little swaths through until it's not that dirty. And I doubt you want to watch me clean a gun. That took a while. Alright. Nice and wet. Well done. It's 2 days since I was last filming in my kitchen doing the rifle. We got more snow, and then more snow, and then more snow, and then more snow, and then after that, more snow. What's crazy is that it's still the middle of November. Not even the middle of November. It's November 12th or some shit. Like, if this snow stays, and I was going to show you the pond in a second. The pond is completely frozen over. If this snow stays and the pond stays frozen over, this will be the earliest snow ever that has stayed. You get what I'm saying? Usually, if we get snow this early, it melts, right? And I'm a little worried about my water tote. My water tote down there, because it's been below zero for several days now, and I should be emptying it, right? And my finally add, I was supposed to carve the pumpkin into a jack-o'-lantern. For last video. Forgot. Did you hear that? It's one big pumpkin sickle. Yeah, I was trying to start the generator this morning. Stupidly. I was trying to start it last night. I did the thing, where I didn't, like, you should take care of your equipment, right? I haven't run the generator for months. I left it till the moment when I actually needed it to try and start it and see if it would run. And it took me about half an hour to get it started. It's a dual propane gas. It's got a little switch on it. And I've set to propane because propane is cleaner, it doesn't go bad. And it just wouldn't start. And I was down there with the hand crank, the ripcord, trying to pull it. Wouldn't start. I had to put some gas in it. And then it would start. So I don't know. But then it ran out. I only put a little gas in, and it ran for a while, and then it stopped. So I switched it to propane, and it ran fine for about an hour, and then it stopped. So it's out of propane, it's out of gas. Anyway, we'll take a look at this. Take a look at the pond. Take a look at the pond. Yeah, look at that shit. It's frozen over. My outdoor weather device, which is connected by Wi-Fi to my indoor temperature device, is sitting in the snow out here. I leave it on top of the screen, on my screened in section there. I guess the wind blew it off. That's a first in, 3 years? I forgot. I moved everything here. Shoot. Let's try it. it doesn't want to start on... It doesn't want to start on propane. I don't get it. I understand propane doesn't... You know, propane in cold weather doesn't run very well. I get that. But, I mean, it has run in cold weather before. Okay, watch this. I'll turn it to gas. That happens when I turn it from gas to propane while it's trying to start. Alright, I'm going to put a little gas in it just to get it started. It starts easier on gas. I don't know why. The off button doesn't work on my little gas pump, so I gotta take the batteries out to stop it. Come back in now. I think we'll keep the gas can handy. Alright. Are we having a little June bug effect? Are we having a little June bug effect? Why are you shivering? Are you cold? You can't be cold. Are you nervous? Are you nervous? Shall we get this thing started? With a little bit of gas? Close. Close. I had to pull start it last night, which is no fun. Nobody wants to do that. Are you a good girl? Are you good doggies? So I'll let that run until it runs out of gas, and then I'll switch to propane. It's just gotta warm up, right? And we'll keep this handy. It's got a minute of warm up before it kicks in to charge batteries. We'll wait. You're a good girl. You're a good doggies. Come here. Come here. Come here. What's the matter? Is it the noise? Is it the noise you don't like? Ah, June bug. There it goes. 2 kilowatts. Going into the batteries now. Now you might ask yourself, why is it so foggy? You might ask yourself, why am I running the generator? I mean, it's daytime. And we were getting some power, about 200 watts, but the batteries are showing really low, like 46.1 volts. It's a 48 volt system, right? They're showing 46.1 volts. And the lower that voltage goes, the faster it drops. And while I like if the voltage had been a little bit higher, say 48.0, I would have been fine with just letting 200 watts get in there and just maintain. But 46.1 is really low, and we get into a situation where, say I forgot that it was that low when I turned on my computer and was doing stuff, and the voltage dropped to the point where the batteries cut out. Then I ended up in that situation like I had last year. Remember last year I had those 4 batteries lined up on my table there, those 4 12-volt batteries, trying to make a 48-volt system to quickly just get the batteries started so that they would charge. Anyway, I don't want that to happen again. So I'm going to charge them for an hour or so. It's 10:13 right now. Charge them for an hour or so, and then, well, I'll charge them until the gas runs out, and then I'll switch to propane, and then run them for an hour or so. Yeah. Actually, it just occurred to me that, you know, now that it's warmed up a little bit, I could probably just switch it to propane now. I'll leave that little bit of gas in there for the next time I need to start it. Oh, you know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Either way, I got to go out there and do something. Whether it's switching them gases or something, whatever. Wood stove is working fine. I mean, it's still got the problem where I have bad draw. It's not drawing air up the chimney very well. And I think like last night I got up, I was walking around and I smelled more smoke than I should be smelling. And last winter we had the problem where there was just like this one time where we're sitting here and a puff of smoke came out around the door, and I don't know what causes that. But I think that may be what happened last night. Anyway, I have 2 things to put on the chimney. One is a 1-foot extension, and I have a new cap for it. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait until Ray comes here next time so he can do it for me, because I'm terrified to go up on the roof these days. So yeah, we'll wait for Ray. But otherwise, there's 2 steps to my fire making process. I make a fire and I leave the door open an inch until it gets going fairly well, and then I close the door. That's the first step. And then once the heat comes up, I close the flue. The little thing inside the chimney, it sits like this, and then you put it like this, and it stops air from going up the chimney. Keeps air still goes up the chimney, just a lot slower, and it keeps the heat in the wood stove. So if you do it too soon, it puts the fire out. But it is actually nice and warm in here now. Voltage is reading 48.5, so it's come up a bit. I'm trying to gauge here is whether or not I can get the skin off of it, off the deer. It was supposed to hit 4 Celsius today. I had one temperature say it hit 3, and one says it hit 2.5. The snow is certainly melting. Packy snow. Temperatures are just not going to be rising too much. We'll take another look at it tomorrow. But I think what I'm going to be doing is taking this to a butcher. I just don't have the means to thaw it out. Like, I know this from a few years back when I got my first buck on this property. You can't take the skin off if it's frozen. You just can't, not in any real way. Like, you damage a lot of the meat if you just kind of rough it. Weird noises at the local farm. Yeah, you can damage the meat, or it just does not come off nicely. And I wanted to save this skin, put it up on the wall. So I think what I'm going to do is I called a local butcher and said, you know, can I bring it in? But it's going to be like Monday, more than a week hanging out here. But in these temperatures, I don't think it's going to matter. It's mostly been below 0, so. But a butcher will have a place to hang it up, you know, in a fridge-like condition, so it's not freezing. It'll thaw out, and then he can take care of it. And he'll do a much better job of butchering it than I will. So that's what I think I'm probably going to do. I don't know, we'll see. I'll come back out tomorrow. It's supposed to be mild again tomorrow. If I might take a shot at actually trying to skin some of it. I just lowered it a little bit. You'll notice I didn't get around to inverting it. I meant to, though. And it's about 4 o'clock. It's about 4 o'clock right now, so even if it was, like, pretty good, I still don't know that I'd start right now, because it takes a while. When I got the other buck, what I did was, same problem, actually. It froze, and my neighbor Dan also had a buck, and it froze as well, so I ended up taking my buck down to his place, and he has a little workshop set up and with a wood stove, so we were trying to warm up the deer just enough so we could skin it, and it sort of worked. It sort of helped. I did skin it, and then I brought it back and I quartered it and I put it in the freezer in garbage bags so that I could take it out a piece at a time and do the butchering, which is no fun, I tell you what. Especially when you're not sure what you're doing. I watched several videos on how to butcher a deer, and once you get into it, it looks nothing like you would expect, like the videos. They make it look so easy. Alright, well, we're going in. So much for that. I'm gonna try and skin it. It didn't freeze overnight, and I hit like 5 or 6 Celsius today. So I'm gonna see if I can skin it, and then quarter it, and so I'll probably still take it to the butcher. But it's pretty mild, and I'm just worried about the meat at this point. I can hear dogs barking in that direction. If those dogs come over here, they're not going to want to leave. Because they're hunting deer, and if they find this, that'll be it. They won't go anywhere. Hopefully they don't come over here. Okay, well, that just happened. I was almost done. Shoot. The deer actually fell down last night. The board didn't break. It was, the board just came off the tree. And I wouldn't have known except that Junebug was outside, and she came in and she immediately started throwing up just a ton of guck. That clued me in pretty quick. How the hell do I finish this? Willow, go on. Got her chomping on one of the legs here a little while ago. Behind me. How do I do this? So I can hang it from a branch. Oh, what a pain. Almost done. little bit of sunshine across the pond there. Anyway, I cut off a branch up here and put my pulley around it, so hopefully the branch doesn't break. It was the quickest, easiest thing I could think of. And we're losing light fast, obviously. Well, I got like 15 more minutes of work to do here. Well, or abouts. How's that look? Yeah. Done. Got easier when I could just pull it off. I'm gonna get a bag for the. I'm gonna get some bags. One for the skin because it's going in the freezer as well. And I'm gonna look at a quick video on how to quarter these things. I don't remember how to do it. Yes. Went through 3 headlamps. It's dark. It's 6 o'clock. I wouldn't have thought it would take me that long, but I knew it would take me longer than I thought. But hold on, let me put my headlamp back on so we can see. Okay, so here's the tenderloin. I'll tell you a funny story about that in a sec. The neck is under here, underneath the bread, and that's a liver. Look at the size of that thing. Massive liver, oh my god. Yeah, tenderloin, I'm gonna take that inside in a sec. So this is the fur. So if I move the fur for a second, we've got the hindquarters sitting here, the body is sitting here. We got some mixed stuff, and then underneath are the shoulders. And the body was so big it wouldn't lie flat. I had to bend it up. And then when the body went in first, and then I was like, okay, I've got this dead space down here, so I lifted it up and put the shoulders in there. And then some miscellaneous crap. The body was the heaviest, for sure. The body. The hindquarters were pretty heavy. The neck was like as heavy as the hindquarters for some reason. I wish I had showed that before I put it in there. Like when I did when I carried the neck up here, I had it underneath my arm, and I was like dropping it. By the time I got up there, I was dropping it. I couldn't hold it anymore. A massive neck on the guy. So yeah. So hopefully I'll just keep squishing this down until it fits, until I can get the lid closed. All I've got left to do now is just some cleanup. I gotta grab my knives and stuff and other crap that's lying out there, so another 15 minutes of cleanup. Yeah. Well, thanks for sticking with me through this video. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, not their favorite soda. They don't all like to swing their golf clubs that way, but it's life out here, right? It's part of my life. And honestly, like, have you seen a side of beef, you know, at the store? Or what do you think? I mean, what do you think you're looking at when you look at a rack of ribs, right? That's pretty much what it is. Honestly, everything's still in the freezer, and it's gonna go to the butcher on Monday. But I tell you what, if you're not into this sort of thing, then maybe don't watch the video. I should have probably said that at the beginning. Oh well. Peace out.